Hello, Riley. It's good to see you again. How have things been for you since our last session?
Hi. It's been a bit of like ups and downs, like honestly.
I really appreciate you sharing that with me. So, from our last discussion last time, we really went down and talked about the panic attack that you had and some of the challenges that you faced. Can we briefly revisit and discuss on what we had or what we had discussed during our first session?
Sure. So I talked about the panic attack with you and how it's been affecting me a lot lately about it. Like, it's been like hitting me a lot and like making me think very negatively about it. And sometimes at like random durations in the day, I have like feelings of like low self-esteem, self-doubt. I don't feel like like I don't feel like I have any worth anymore. So I'm getting these kind of like emotions and feelings.
Well, thank you so much for that summary, and I'm glad that you're very honest with this entire process. And I'm glad that you're back, and I hope that our conversations can continue to be helpful for you. Before we begin, I just want to make sure that you can see and hear me okay. And also, this is an important reminder that you know that this session will be recorded. Are you comfortable with that?
Yes, firstly, I can clearly see you and I can clearly hear you. And I'm okay if this session is being recorded.
Perfect. So could you tell me how has this week been for you and in general after the session? And do you have any thoughts or reflections based on what we have discussed earlier?
Yeah, I mean, like I've been feeling um like really anxious because the panic attack is still going on in my head. Like sometimes it's not there, but sometimes it's there, but like in the back of my head, like the panic attack is like still there. And at like late nights, I struggle with my sleep schedule. Like either I don't sleep or either I sleep way too much. It's like escaping from, reality. So I keep thinking like, oh, I'm not good enough. Or am I worthy or not? So these are the thoughts that's been just going on.
Well, I really thank you for sharing that. And it sounds like the anxiety is still quite present, and these thoughts about not being good enough are really weighing on you and weighing you down. Could you please tell me more about how it's been affecting you to your day-to-day life? Like there's any anxiety or stress or trouble when you're working on something?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like recently, like since the past couple of nights, I've been like having trouble falling asleep, and like my mind races and I feel very exhausted in the morning. And like it feels like I don't want to do anything. Like I don't want to do any sort of physical activity or any sort of work. Like I am not even interested in even like opening my laptop and I want to study, or like I don't even feel like watching any sort of shows or like going through social media. So it's just like feeling of like being very restless about it. And like I said, like the thoughts about me being worthless and like having a very low self-esteem about myself, they just keep on running around in my head like day to day.
Yeah, I reckon it sounds like this lack of sleep and the negative and intrusive thoughts are really having a significant impact on how you're feeling. Like it's totally understandable. Have there been any other types of physical symptoms or emotions or changes, significant changes that you have noticed recently?
Um, so the thing is, like, I have faced like quite a few physical and emotional symptoms. Like lately, I've been feeling, very like tensed and stressed a lot of times. Like my heart, it races really fast. My hands, they have this like sweaty, tingling, and like shaking, you know, condition. And sometimes my leg out of the blue, like if I'm sitting, they just start shaking. So it's like a constant state of anxiety. And if I have like a shift that's been rostered to me, or have uni that I have to like attend in classes, while doing that, I get very lost. And like, even though if I want to sit in my classes, my legs like keep shaking and my hands get very sweaty because these negative thoughts keep going on in my head. And when I'm hanging out with my friends, also, like, I keep on thinking. So like these emotions still go on. And when it gets worse for me, like I start getting very teary.
I can understand that, and I really appreciate you sharing this with me. It is obviously important for me to understand how your body is reacting to these emotions and like what the physical symptoms are. Um, Last time we also discussed about your relationship with your partner and how you have been a bit distressed about it. Could you please tell me a bit more about how your relationship with your partner has progressed since our last session?
Well, the thing is, like, my relationship hasn't been like progressed positively since
Mm-hmm.
our last session. It's been like very low, and like it's not been like a good relationship between my partner and I, because him and I are like having like a lot of like you know like disagreements. So I told him, like, hey, like, you should stop like drinking, like stop, quit with the alcohol, and like stop vaping, and like stop smoking, which is not good for you. And obviously, as a girlfriend, I was like looking out for him, because I know, like, it has like really bad side effects for the long run. But him and I, like, he got really upset about it, and it led to like a very heated argument, which made me upset. So yeah.
I see. I mean, it sounds like there's been some tensions and like just a lot more disagreements. Relationships can be challenging, especially when you're trying to deal with your own emotions as well. Is there anything else you would like to explore or discuss during today's session?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's something that's happening today, like tonight. So my friends and my partner, they are going out for this party that I have been invited to as well. And um the thing is, based on how I'm emotionally imbalanced, I kind of like canceled, and I told them, like, you guys go and have fun. But now that I've canceled to them, I'm feeling like they were like, they're worried, like, I'm worried, like, what my friends and my partner would think. Will they talk behind my back, or are they upset at me? So like, these thoughts are going on, like, if I lose my friends or my partner over this.
Yeah, which is understandable, and I really appreciate you bringing that up. It's really natural to be concerned about how your friends or your partner will perceive you, especially when you're definitely going through very difficult times right now. We can definitely delve into that further, like, in our upcoming sessions. And I just want you to know that this is a very safe space where you can explore your thoughts and your feelings. And definitely, if you need anything, please reach out to me. And I reckon that is all for today. But if you have any more, questions or concerns, please bring them please bring them up.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. Like, thank you, like, for letting me talk and like making me believe that this is a safe space. Like, I really appreciate it. So thank you for that.
Definitely. I'm always here for you. But if that's all what we have today, then I will let you off for your work and we will meet next week, the same time as well.
No worries. That's all right. Thank you.
All good. Thank you. Bye bye.